Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create a contact in GoHighLevel with a note on Stripe Subscription Cancellation. So I am using Stripe as a payment gateway to sell my digital products. Now my objective is that whenever a subscription for a product will be cancelled in Stripe, then automatically the person who has cancelled that subscription should be added with a particular note in my GoHighLevel CRM account. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between Stripe and GoHighLevel, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect works on two principles, trigger and action. So in trigger, we are going to take Stripe, and in action, we are going to take GoHighLevel CRM. And we are going to set up a connection between these two applications to automate this entire process. And to learn the amazing automation step by step, let me take you all towards my screen. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step that whenever a subscription will be cancelled for a particular product in Stripe, then automatically the person who has cancelled that subscription should be added as a contact in GoHighLevel CRM with a particular note. Okay, so in order to automate this entire process, we will simply set up a connection between Stripe and GoHighLevel, and for that we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So this is an amazing automation and integration software through which we can set up connections between different applications to automate all our tasks, that too without any coding or programming skills. Okay. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, you will find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user like me, you can directly click on sign in. But in case if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. So it will allow you to create your free new account, and also once you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, because I'm already an existing user, therefore currently I'm going to click on sign in. So this is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, currently we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So on this dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created, and we can also create different folders over here to save our workflow separately. Now, to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow button, which is given on right corner with blue color. Let's do that. And here a dialog box will appear. So it is asking us to provide a name to our workflow. So according to the need for which you're creating the workflow, you can give any name. Create contact in GoHighLevel with a note on Stripe Subscription Cancellation. So according to my objective, I have given the name to my workflow. Now I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So these are all the folders I have. Among these folders, I want to save the workflow in automations for lead management folder. I have selected that, and now let's click on create. As we have done that, we can see that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, as I already told you, on which Pabbly Connect works. So these are basically the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many actions as we want. Now let's suppose here, because I want that whenever a Stripe subscription will be cancelled, and I want to create a contact and I want to give a note to that contact. Okay, so Stripe will be my trigger, and I'm going to add GoHighLevel CRM in my action. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the subscription is cancelled in Stripe, then only the contact is added in GoHighLevel CRM, otherwise not. So after understanding this concept, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, I'm going to take you towards my Stripe account. Now, I am selling digital products, and for managing my products, I am using Stripe as a payment gateway to manage all the transactions, for managing the customers as well as subscriptions. Okay. Now, here my objective is that whenever one of the customer is going to cancel any particular subscription in Stripe, then I want to add that customer as a contact in GoHighLevel CRM, so that I could not lose that customer after subscription cancellation, but I can add that customer as a contact in my CRM application, so that I can further nurture that contact. So this is the objective of creating this automation. First of all, in order to start the automation, we have to go towards trigger step, and we have to select our trigger application. So here our trigger application will be Stripe. Let's select that. Now we have to select the trigger event. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. We have multiple options over here. Now because I want that whenever the subscription will be cancelled by a customer in Stripe, then I want to receive the response. So cancelled subscription will be my trigger event over here. As we have selected that, we can see that a webhook URL is provided to us along with some instructions. We have to follow these instructions and these steps carefully, step by step, to set up this connection, for which we are going to use this webhook URL. It is going to act as a bridge for transferring the data from Stripe towards Pabbly Connect automatically whenever a subscription will be cancelled. So let's copy the webhook URL and then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. First of all, you need to log in to your Stripe account. I have already done that. Now I'm going to take you towards my Stripe account. You can see that I am working in test mode. So this is my test account. Okay. So this is the subscription section. Here on the top, we can see the option of developers. Let's go there. Under developers, here is the option of webhooks. So because we want to set up the connection with the help of webhooks, we have selected webhook option over here. And these are all the webhooks which are already created. Now we have to click on this add endpoint button to create and add a new webhook. And now first of all, in the endpoint URL field, we have to paste the URL which is recently copied from Pabbly Connect. Now if you want, you can also provide a description, but I'm going to ignore this field because it is optional. Now we have to add the event, that for which event we are setting up this webhook. So we will click on select events and we will go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is given that customer subscription deleted. This is the event which we have to select. So because we want that whenever the subscription will be cancelled in Stripe, then we want to receive the response through webhook. So here we will select customer subscription deleted. This is customer subscription deleted. We have selected the event and now let's click on add events. As we have done that, our event is added. Now we will add this endpoint. So let's click on add endpoint. And we can see that our endpoint is successfully added over here. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. It is showing waiting for webhook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission. And how we are going to do that? By cancelling a subscription in Stripe account. So I'm going to once again take you towards my Stripe account. We will go towards subscription section. And these are all the subscriptions which I have in my account. So I'm going to delete one of these subscription. So let's suppose I'm going to cancel the subscription for this smart user 490. So we'll go towards the three dots. Here I will click on cancel subscription and I will go towards immediate cancellation. Okay. So I have cancelled the subscription. We'll go towards the cancelled subscription details and this subscriber with the name as smart user is added in the cancelled list. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect. As we have done that, we can see that we have instantly received the response. The type of the event is customer subscription deleted. Here we have the status, that is cancelled, and there are multiple other details as well. So this is the amount for which the cancellation is received, and along with these details we have also received the type of the plan for which the subscription is cancelled and all other details. Now as we have received this response, that means the connection is absolutely successful. So now whenever a subscription will be cancelled in Stripe, we are going to receive the response of that subscription over here in Pabbly Connect. Now our objective is that whenever the subscription will be cancelled, we want to add the customer who has cancelled this subscription as a contact in GoHighLevel CRM. But in the response, when we'll scroll down, we have not received any kind of details related to the subscriber or the customer. So we have not received the name of the customer. We have also not received the email address and phone number. And to create a contact in GoHighLevel CRM, we have to use first name, last name, email address, phone number and all such details. So in order to retrieve these details, we have to once again set up a connection between Stripe and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's go towards our action step. Our action application over here will be Stripe once again. So let's select that. Now we have to select the action event. So our action event over here will be retrieve a customer by ID. So in our earlier response, we have received a subscription ID. So that is the ID of the customer. We are going to use that ID in order to get the details of the customer, such as name, email address and phone number. So we have to select retrieve a customer by ID and let's click on connect. So we have already built a connection with our Stripe account. So this time we will go with the existing connection only. Let's click on save. And here our connection is absolutely successful. It is asking us the customer ID, that by using which customer ID you want to retrieve the data. As I told you that we have to use the ID which we have received in our earlier response. So we will simply map the data. Now mapping is inserting data from previous step. Here our previous step is given and here are all the details. So here we have to map the customer ID. Let's search for the customer and here we can see that this is the ID object customer. This is the ID of the customer. So let's simply map that. As we have mapped this ID, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, it is going to be replaced automatically. So now whenever a new customer is going to cancel a subscription in Stripe, automatically this customer ID is going to replace with a new ID of that new customer. In this way, we are going to automate the entire process of creating contacts in GoHighLevel whenever the subscription will be cancelled by a customer in Stripe. After mapping the customer ID, let's click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details. This is the ID of the customer. This is the date and time in the timestamp format, that on which date and at what time the customer is created. Here, this is the product which he has purchased. This is the email address of the customer. So we have received all the details which are required to create a contact in GoHighLevel. So let's move forward for creating a contact. For creating a contact, first of all, we have to set up a connection between GoHighLevel CRM and Pabbly Connect. So let's move back. We will click on this Add Action Step button, and our action application over here will be Lead Connector V2. So basically we have to use this tool, Lead Connector V2. It is a special tool which is going to set up the connection between GoHighLevel CRM and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now we have to select the action event, and our action event over here will be Create a Contact. Let's click on Connect. We will click on Add New Connection, and let's click on Connect with Lead Connector V2 over here. Here we have to select our agency, and then it is asking us allow access to all sub-account of Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to allow the access, and here I'm going to click on enable automatic future installation as well. Okay, let's click on proceed. As we have done that, our authorization has become successful. Now, after setting up the connection, we have to move forward. And you have to keep in mind that our data is 100% safe with Pabbly Connect. So you can allow the access over here without any fear. Now, let's move forward. Here we have to enter the details which we have already received. So one by one, we will simply map the data. First of all, we have the option of first name. So let's see whether we have received the first name and last name separately, or we have received full name in the combined format. So we can use any of the option. If we have received full name in the response, we can go for full name. And if we have received names in the separated format, so we can also map first name and last name separately. Now here I'm going to search for name, and we can see that yes, here we have received the name that is first name. So I'm simply going to map the first name over here. Now I'm going to search for last name, whether I have received or not. So I have not received last name in my previous response, so I'm going to ignore this field for now. But if you have received that, you can definitely add all the details. Now let's move forward. We will simply map the email as well, which we have already received. So this is the step through which we have received the email. I have searched it, and this is the email. So we have mapped that. Now let's search for the phone number. We have received the phone number field as blank. So here I'm going to map the blank field, because when a new response will be captured from Stripe, and if that customer will have the phone number, so it will be automatically mapped over here. Now if you have received the address, city, etc., you can also add these details. I'm going to ignore these fields because I have not received them, and also they are optional. Let's click on Save and Send Test Request button. And yes, here we have received the response. In the response, we have received all the details. This is the contact ID. This is the date and time at which the contact is added. Here are all the details. Smart. This is the email address. Here are all other details of the contact. This is the email address. Here's the name and the source ID as well. So this means that our contact is created. So I'm going to go back towards GoHighLevel CRM. We'll go towards contact section. And yes, here we can see that the contact is added. So this is the name of the contact, because we have only received first name and we have mapped first name over here. So the name of the contact is given. This is the email address. I'm going to open this contact, and we will see that here are all the details. But when we'll go towards the notes section, there is no note given, because currently we have not added a note over here. So now I'm going to give a note to this particular contact. We will go back. We will add one more action step over here. And our action application over here will be once again Lead Connector V2. Let's select that. Let's select the action event. That will be Add Notes to Contact. Let's click on Connect. We will go with the existing connection only, as we have already built that earlier. Let's click on Save. And here our connection is successful once again. Now we have to enter the details such as contact ID, user ID, notes, etc. So now we will simply map the data one by one. We have to map the contact ID over here. So let's turn this mapping button on. Here the contact ID is automatically given. So I'm going to remove this existing data from here, because we have to map that so that we can make the contact ID dynamic and replaceable. Now here this is the contact ID which we have received. We have mapped that. In the same manner, you have to map the contact ID. Now we have to map the notes. Now we have to enter the note which you want to provide. So here I am creating the contacts with the cancelled subscribers from Stripe. Therefore, here I am going to give a specific notes to all the contacts as cancelled subscription for. And now simply I'm going to map the name of the product or the plan for which this cancellation is made. So here we have received the name of the product. Let's move forward. This is the product name, web camera. So the subscription was cancelled for the web camera usage. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and send test request button, but it is showing contact ID is required. So what we are supposed to do, as we can see that we have already mapped the contact ID, but then also it is showing that it is required. So we will simply refresh the fields, and once again we will map the contact ID, and now we are going to click on save and send test request button. Okay, as we have done that, quickly we have received the response and the note is added, cancelled subscription for web camera. Let's go and check whether in our GoHighLevel CRM account the note is added to our contact or not. This is the contact, we have already opened that. I'm going to refresh the page once. And yes, here we can see that the note is added to the contact, cancelled subscription for web camera. This means that our connection is absolutely successful and we have successfully completed our. So let's check whether the workflow is running fine or not. What I'm going to do, I will once again cancel a particular subscription in Stripe, and we will see that automatically the customer who has cancelled the subscription will be added as a contact in GoHighLevel CRM with a specific note. So we'll go back towards Stripe. Here this is the list of my subscribers. So this time let's say I'm going to cancel the subscription for demo pabblytunes.com for Java Notes for Professional of 8 weeks. So I'm going to click on 3 dots. I'm going to click on cancel subscription over here immediately, and here I have cancelled the subscription. Let's check whether demo@pabblytunes.com is added in cancelled subscribers or not. And yes, here this particular user is added as a cancelled subscriber, Java Notes for Professional. This is the product for which the subscription is cancelled. So let's go and check on GoHighLevel CRM, and we will select contact section. And yes, here we can see that recently a new subscriber is added over here with the full name smart user. This is the phone number. As I've marked the blank phone number in my workflow earlier while doing a test submission, we can see that here phone number is automatically mapped. This is the email address, demo@pabblytunes.com. Now I'm going to open this contact and we will go towards the notes section. And yes, here we can see that the note is automatically added. Okay, this means that our connection is absolutely successful and our workflow is running perfectly fine. So let's quickly summarize what we have done over here in the workflow. In trigger, we have taken Stripe, and in action, we have taken Stripe and GoHighLevel CRM, and we have connected all of them with the help of Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a subscription will be cancelled by a customer in Stripe, then automatically that customer will be added as a contact in GoHighLevel CRM, and then finally a note will be added to that same contact according to our requirements. In the same manner, you can very easily create this automation for managing your customers who have cancelled the subscription in Stripe, but you do not want to lose them, so you can add them in your CRM in the same manner by using automation, and you can also assign particular notes to these contacts. Okay. And all this process is done without any coding or programming skills, as you can see. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends, and also please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.